Welcome to another episode of Ruff Talk VR, a weekly podcast with in-depth game reviews, exclusive developer interviews, and the latest MetaQuest and virtual reality news. We join our hosts, the father-son team of D. Scruffles and Stratus today, as they spend another episode breaking down and discussing the world of virtual reality.
Hey, welcome to this episode of Ruff Talk VR. Coming at you with another exciting edition of VR news. The reason I say exciting beyond everything that we talk about each and every week, that, the world of VR advancing quick and fast, nonstop. Mm-hmm. This week, we get to announce that we are going to be in attendance at both Gamescom and Meta Connect.
Say it ain't so.
That's cool. So we'll be able to bring you the best VR coverage that we're able to from both of those events.
I am so stoked about
Gamescom.
So
to me, Gamescom, I am excited for it for meeting developers, and Connect, I am excited for it for meeting creators.
Yeah, well, and
they check different things on the box for me.
I can't disagree with you at all.
And like Gamescom is going to be huge for meeting the industry.
Brushing up on my German as we speak.
Whereas from what I've heard about Connect from previous years, it's like you're walking around and it's like pretty much a town of creators when it's, when the creators are on campus. So I'm excited to experience that.
I think everyone's corralled.
Be like, oh, there's Tribe,
Yeah, no, dude. I mean, that was one of the awesome things about London.
Yeah, so it's going to be like that times 100.
So getting that on top of the experience was which pushed it even over the top.
I don't think Connect will have as cool of a live experience that we got with the Ghosts of Tabor.
I don't think people are going to be dropping. Well, I hope they're not dropping from the ceilings.
Hopefully not.
Shooting guns at you.
If it is, it might not be in as much of a choreographed way like it was at Ghost of. That means things went very bad, but I don't think that'll be the case. You look at who's there.
Remember the head military guy?
Oh, that they had acting there?
Oh my God.
He was so good.
He was like really good, in the character. Imagine if he gave like a speaking panel on game development or something.
On game acting or something?
In that same tone and cadence he used for.
I would love to find out he has like a Gilbert Godfrey type voice when he's not in character.
Oh, don't say that. Oh, no.
This is Gilbert Godfrey.
But I'm excited for both events. Like I said, for different reasons. But Gamescom comes first. That's this month, and that's a big one. This is shaping up from what it seems. Man, I thought AWE was the big one of the year. And then out of nowhere, it seems like, man, when we heard of some of the VR booth that's going to be at Gamescom.
The mega booth?
And some of the developers that have posted about going, we've been like itching to go, but we're like, oh, it's so close. And then we heard some whispers about maybe an opportunity to go, and it came through. So we're now going.
We will be futurely thanking specific individuals.
Mm-hmm.
Just at this moment in time, don't know who to exactly all thank. I know a few for sure, but I can't be more grateful that we're being allowed to go. Well, it's gonna be. We'll be loaded up with some equipment and stuff, of course. But
and again, I'm excited to bring the listeners to, all the coverage that we can from there. From what I understand of Gamescom, it's no PAX. It's a big boy event. It's huge, is what I've heard.
I've heard more than one person say that you can know something's there and you're not gonna find it because it's just so big. So I just can't conceive that because the convention center in Boston it's freaking ginormous.
I hope all the VR stuff is kind of get together in like the same vicinity because then I can just park my ass right there.
That's not the only representation I know that to be true is the big mega booth.
Mm-hmm.
So either way, I'm got my walking shoes on. I'm good. I'll put on 15 miles. I don't mind.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one.
Hopefully we can Ray-Ban some footage as well, and it's gonna be fun, dude.
Oh yeah, we got the Ray-Bans now for it.
Gotta confirm scooters if they got scooters.
I was Googling it. I think there will be.
Cologne, Germany. We're gonna find out. Yeah, you said that there is, but it's not the.
I was just searching it.
It's not the Limes
on like a quick phone search. Like, hey, does Cologne, Germany?
I'm not taking a scooter in San Francisco.
No,
taking like an Uber from curb to curb.
Trip over poop on your scooter.
Yeah, I have some concerns. But I'm thinking the area.
Hey, we got pretty close to where we need to go.
I'm assuming we're all right.
I am assuming.
Stefan food. You're funny.
I didn't say step and poop. I said you're going to trip over
in
your scooter.
Yeah.
Your scooter's going to come to a dead stop, and you're going to go over to a
Imagine
handlebar.
being all dressed up nice and tires slipping.
I learned my lesson. Dude, we sweat in Sweden walking to Resolution Games. You think I want to walk to the Meta headquarters?
No.
A couple miles? I'm going to be dripping. I could be like, I could walk in nothing but a tank top.
They're not even gonna
and
let
the
you in.
loosest basketball shirt.
You're gonna show
shorts.
up all, you're gonna look like you're Jones.
No way.
Like,
Dude, we sweat in Sweden. It was like 60 degrees.
It was perfect. But dude, we were walking fast.
And you had a button up on. I dropped my hoodie in seconds. You kept your button up. I was like, oh my God, I don't want to say anything, but you had a button up in pants.
If we weren't pressed for time and we could have like walked like normal human beings, not like.
Well, how about that we were pressed for time and we didn't take the scooters yet?
Yeah.
That was the biggest Momo mistake.
Oh, if we had taken the scooters, it would have been.
We should have, because then after being hot, just cooling down, so my pores are already opened, like they're ready to go. Then we play Spatial Ops.
Oh yeah, then it was on.
Then I was dripping, and they posted.
You were in shorts.
Resolution posted a really funny video last week.
Dude,
I actually legitimately laughed.
And
it's not because I was involved in the video.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like I don't care about the personal involvement in the video as much as I appreciated.
It was the scripting of it.
Oh, it was freaking good because it's true.
It was like how you think you look in Spatial Ops versus how you look.
Really? Oh yeah.
And it showed the moment in the headset, and then it showed the moment. Well, in the headset had all the sound effects.
Oh yeah,
the
the weapons are going. It looks all action packed.
And then the no footage video, it's like there's no sound effects, so you just hear it's like
it's all quiet. Like people just running.
Oh, he's over there. You hear the footsteps on the wood.
Too funny, man.
Oh my goodness, great video.
Yeah, VR is one of those from the outside looking in. If you're not seeing it, they can be comical in its own right. And that's a great example. But yeah, that video was funny.
I had something I was going to end on that I'll actually move to next after you go to your point, because it's kind of on that, because you haven't hopped in yet, but I played it. And you were like, it really doesn't do justice watching it, because you were watching me play it, thinking, all right, this is.
I just heard thunder is before I'm going to talk about this.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
right?
And you were watching me play a game that I'll talk about in a few, and you were like, oh, this looks all right. And I'm like, dude, I cannot wait to go farther in this. I'm having so much fun. I can see the potential in this. And you're like, all right.
So I watch you play it for 30 minutes, right? And I'm like.
We'll talk about what game after in a moment.
Yeah, we'll get into it after. So anyways, dude, how much time has Grim been eating up?
That's like all we've been playing. Grim and some Tabor.
I'm not. I love just. I was saying today, I'm like, it's funny, like there's so much to do and so much to learn.
We're just learning. That's all we're doing right now is sponging it.
You give us rocks and wood, and we're having field days. You know what I'm saying? We've done nothing but gone in last week and just build these monstrosities of giant McMansions.
I assume every time we log on, we're restarting from the beginning. A base and everything. My base is not going to survive after I log off.
Or there could be an update or a friggin' wipe.
Or anything. Anything.
Happens.
But we've been building big boys for sure.
So
no modest bases. The first one we built, Spoon laughed. He was like, your upkeep on that is going to be horrendous.
Oh yeah, and we didn't even bother though. It was just
we had no
built with the intention.
We had no toolbox in there. The toolbox cupboard, which is how you.
I think we had like 45 minutes, or like let's just see what we can do in 45 minutes type of thing. And it was, dude, the one we built last night.
Yeah, so we built one massive one that was like what 3-4 stories.
Nothing too big.
Then we built a huge one as well. That was just like it was kind of wide, kind of tall, and then we just built pretty much a nonstop tower up to the sky.
Yeah.
We could have gone higher, but we ran out of time.
Yep.
And like we were almost at the height of the dome.
Yeah.
That's not still there. There's no way.
You could see it from the entrance of
You think that's still there right now?
God, no.
We have enough wood in there for it to last 4 days.
I don't understand sometimes.
The upkeep of it?
Well, no, because we put the wood in there and it'll say like.
You have 7 days worth of wood.
7 days, and then like. We go away for a couple hours and come back.
That happened one time. And what I think happened is, coincidentally,
someone took the wood.
No, what, dude? When I logged on with my headset, you're laughing, going, dude, I killed Spoon.
I did kill Spoon.
I think Spoon destroyed our base. Because there's no way that base went away in an hour.
I don't get it.
and there's not that many people
something
playing.
happened.
And you bashed him to death with a rock. And then our base goes away. I'll tell you what happened.
Well, dude, I rarely stumble on people sleeping. It happens to me because sometimes I'll just go to sleep wherever I am. So you might find me in the airlock. But, it's also a testament that people play. So I get found and I'm like, oh no, I was killed with a crossbow.
But we thought we saw somebody at night the other night, like at nighttime.
But no, man, I came in, I loaded in because I'd been killed and I'm walking by a big rock and I see someone sleeping. So I'm like, I'm going up there. And I literally just loaded in. I had been killed. So all I had was my rock. And I squatted down and just started bashing. And then I saw who I just bashed. I'm like, oh, that's Spoon. He basically sent a message in our Discord
saying, I'll remember that.
And payback's going to suck, my friend.
That's not what he said. He said, I'll remember that.
Yeah, I'll remember that.
And then our base is gone an hour after, because we logged off for an hour and went back in an hour later. Well, and it was gone.
Righteously, all someone would have to do is break the door and then take the wood out of the...
And then it's probably gone in 15 minutes or something.
For the size of that thing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it was like 10
instantly.
stories, 12 stories.
So I question if that's
what
to
happened.
The caliber of what happened. I'm not going to flat out say Spoon did it. But would it surprise me?
After you bashed him to death with a rock? No.
Dude, I wholeheartedly expect it. I said it last night, too. I'm like, well, I plan on running into Spoon someday in the server, and I'm quite sure I'm going to catch an RPG or something to the face.
A C4 through our door.
Oh, it's going to be something terrible. I have one coming.
But we've been having a blast. So, yeah, we just go in, build a huge base.
On standalone,
slowly learn
dude.
a little bit more each time, too.
Oh, yeah. Gangster would...
Like, we've come a long way.
The early push, we can get a base up in minutes. It's like no big deal.
Isn't it weird how much more time we put into it on standalone
it's
VR?
Those better bases.
I can't explain it.
Huh?
I can't explain it. How much more time we put into it on standalone VR?
Well, because it's something that, like, because here's the deal, right? If we've got stuff that technically on paper we have to play no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
So
schedule's been a little bit lighter the last week. It's been nice.
Out of just pure convenience to go, okay, we'll do this, and then we'll do 45 minutes, an hour of Grim, and then we'll play 30 minutes of this.
Mm-hmm.
Just makes it easier than instead of all right, let me go to the computer, get it. It's not like the end of the world, but if we were doing more, and righteously we want to play more we can on standalone. Not that I'm not loving PCVR, because I bought the Combat Flight Sim.
Yeah, you're excited. Have you tried it yet?
Yeah, dude.
Is it good?
I'm having an issue with changing weapons by pressing in my left controller. It doesn't acknowledge, so it got me frustrated.
You probably have to just change something in the controller mapping settings.
I gotta figure it out.
You're so used to just things working natively on Quest.
I'll tell you this, man. The amount of buttons and stuff you got to do this isn't like a turn key and your jet's gonna go on. This is like every function that you would probably do in a real jet.
You're in love.
I'm in absolute love, dude. But if I can figure out how to change weapons, it got me so sad.
So what you're saying is you don't have anything against PCVR. Somebody that now has PCVR,
I spent $30.
It's worth it.
I didn't even blink. I'm like, Combat Flight Sim. All right, I'm multiplayer. This is my jam, dude.
Hey, if anybody's in the YouTube live chat, because this premieres on YouTube premieres, like I say, it's pre-recorded, but then we premiered on YouTube, so there's the live chat. On chance people are there, ready on the live chat. I will say, if you have any PC VR exclusive co-op games to suggest, throw them our way.
Yeah, I'd like to do a couple, and have more reason to. But you give me Grim as an option on my standalone.
Correct.
Headset.
Now back to what we're talking about.
I'm gonna go to the standalone headset because I literally do,
and it really doesn't look bad.
Ready? Check this out. I go to the counter. I unplug my headset. I turn it on, which is 15 seconds, and you're already at the load screen. I freaking click Grim. Boom,
Boots
bang,
up so
boom.
fast.
Yep, I'm in. Less than 2 minutes from hands to in game, doing my shit. So,
and it looks good on the Quest. So I don't feel like the need of I'm losing out by not being on standalone. Am I wrong?
No, not at all.
I feel so like a child though, being obsessed with something because of how obsessed I am with just all my playtime. I go in, I get like 10K wood, which I'm getting. You got to give me credit.
You're crazy, man.
I'm pretty good at getting 10K wood pretty fast,
get
right?
Like 2 or 3 pretty quick, and then
10 minutes, 15 minutes, I'll have 10K wood.
get every
boom,
tool
boom,
I
boom,
can
boom, boom,
build.
boom, 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 boom. I'm like, all right, I got not much more inventory. And
Dude,
then
it's crazy what we still don't even know, though.
I know.
That's
like,
what's nuts.
I'm just a child with being hyper obsessed with doing the same thing of chopping wood, building a giant base,
Well,
learning a
that's
little
why-
bit more.
That's why last week we
We
it
went
wasn't
exploring
about-
too. We did some good looting.
Yeah, but it wasn't about like, oh, we're gonna build the most mightiest base and protect it. It was just like, let's just go have fun and build big
Like
ass
sandcastles.
bases. And yeah, I'm not upset if I come in and I'm dead. You know, it doesn't
I
take
assume
forever
it's all.
to
I assume it's all going to go. I'm not good enough for it to survive.
listen. Until this game is released and there's like a wipe schedule,
Mm-hmm.
I assume at any moment in time there can be a wipe,
Mhm.
right?
So not trying to build anything like
I
our
don't-
big thing
I
now.
don't care if it goes away. That's
Now
all
our
I'm
big
saying.
thing is we want to learn metal walls.
I gotta have metal walls.
We haven't figured out how to get metal walls yet.
We still have to build up the workbenches.
In the research thing, I think.
But we get too carried away with building these freaking mansions.
I can build a metal door.
Yeah.
Not a metal wall though. But yeah, no, our wooden ones are pretty impressive though.
Dude, Spoon be running around with sniper rifle.
I want to get Spoon on my side. Don't bash him to death with a rock, please.
Well, yeah, I don't believe I saw a name until he was dead.
Convenient.
In my defense, if I
Convenient.
did, I didn't notice or I didn't
Convenient.
pay attention. Oh, you know what? Are you able to like?
I think you can see the name.
I think you can. You might be able to click on the dead or the sleeping person and know who it is.
Yeah, I could have stolen because you logged off last night on the top floor of it, which by the way, I
Yeah.
thought of it because I logged off on the top floor after and I was like, when this building gets destroyed, we're going to fall quite the distance and die.
Oh shit. I'm dead.
Right?
I'm definitely dead.
Yeah. That makes sense, right? We
Yeah.
should have went to
We're
bed
gonna-
on the
we're gonna
bottom.
fall 10 stories.
Yeah. I didn't even think of
man.
that, right?
No.
Till after I logged off. I should have messaged you too. You
Oh,
would
that's
have
wicked
gone on and
fun.
moved your guy. I already know it too.
Well, no, I like, I don't want to give too much strategy, but being in the house is cool and stuff. But if I can fall asleep in a little nook of some rocks or something,
Mhm.
not in the dome, just
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing it. But
We found a couple of really good potential spots. Dude, we found a spot. You found a spot actually that sells turrets.
yeah,
For
oh
your
yeah,
base.
you can buy everything there. You can buy scrap. You can buy the.
How you find this spot? I don't know. But we're having a freaking blast with
That's
Grim,
the
dude.
problem. I have a section of an area memorized, but it's a minuscule amount of area. If that makes sense.
Mhm.
Like I know, like this is where I want to go, and what I got to do is start detaching myself from my love of the main biodome. And stop
what we have
relying
to
on
start to do?
Remember, I did 3 oxygen tanks the other night.
We have to just record us journeying from biodome to a couple warehouses, watch it back on playback, and start to draw a map. Here's the big dome.
Yeah,
It's-
because you don't get an overall map view.
You head
No,
left.
Does not exist.
There's the big, and it can be a rough map, you know, but we can know left from there is there. If you leave the biodome and go south, then we got to start to draw a map.
But you
I
don't
think.
even know which way north is.
Fuck.
North, you'd have to invent it. You can't assume that the sunrise sunsets east-west. You'd have to invent north. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
you can say anywhere is north, but I agree.
We have
And
to just
do
start
it
to
in
draw a
sections. Yeah,
map.
do
Yeah.
a map in sections.
And that way we can start to keep track of point of interest. Because you're like, I don't know how to get to the turret spot.
No, man, like it's like a military base.
Yeah.
Um,
So much fun with Grim. I cannot wait
it's
till
so
this,
freaking
till it's
big,
out.
dude.
It's ready to me. I think it's ready.
But yeah, I just need to calm down.
Sell
when
that
I
shit
play
with
it.
early access
Get
label.
more. I'm just addicted to building shit.
I think it could come out tomorrow.
I wouldn't be upset about it.
Sell it
Like,
with it.
like legit. Like,
And like, look, we
There's
essentially
enough-
have a private server with like 4 people, 5 people in there. Like we're spoiled right now. For us to be saying that, we're giving up a very big privilege by saying that.
I'm actually going to be sad.
But that shit could drop this Thursday. It's not. I'm not saying it's, but I'm like performance wise, it could drop this Thursday in my opinion.
Like you time it right, you can. It's like sandbox mode for you
Mhm.
because it's not like you have to look over your shoulder. But those days are going to come to an end.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's my thing. I go in there
It's
and
not
clear
even
the
funny,
biodome
man.
of 10K wood. It's kind of like you see it
Till it resets.
once a day, I think, right?
Well, I think it's on a 24-hour cycle.
But people are not going to like me. Like, dude, it's
No, you're going to get shot, though.
40 people on server, whatever. I go in and I
think you
chop all the
understand.
wood possible.
People are making weapons and shit, man.
Yeah. And I go in there and I
Crossbow
steal.
is nothing.
And I go in there and I go to take out 10K wood from a biodome.
I do like the crossbow, though.
We're going to start to see a lot of players. Remember when we thought we saw somebody and we were so scared?
Well, it was nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
It was dark.
We thought we saw someone.
Yeah.
I shut off my flashlight and went into a corner.
Right as we started recording this, Spoon posted a fix. Or one of a long list, because of course he's not going to fix one thing. He's going to I'll just do 20. And one of them was making it not so dark
On the Quest.
on the Quest 3.
But I didn't even think, I thought that was just part of the challenge element of it.
I thought it was, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to have to go see ASAP.
It was pitch black to me.
Yeah, but you have your flashlight.
Yeah, so it worked, but you could only see.
But it added that element.
I thought it was intentional.
Yeah. I didn't know it was too dark.
I didn't know
it was
either.
believable dark. So I'm
Yeah.
curious if it'll be more like a full moon dark now.
But dude, Grim on the
I can
Quest.
still see the silhouette
I
of the
thought
bear.
we were so much farther away from Grim on the standalone Quest.
Me too.
Dude, we're playing it
Me too.
and we're learning. We're having a blast.
I would give it a.
It's got a
seal of
steep
approval.
learning curve.
I don't know.
already.
I don't know what's really left to do from a programming standpoint, but I haven't personally.
No, you
run
need
into
it.
any
I think it
problems.
needs to come out in early access and start to stress test the servers.
They just do it. Yeah, I mean,
Because right now there's what, like 5 people in.
well, here's
2
the
people.
beauty too. It's a studio that and a developer
Because otherwise, besides the server testing, it's good.
that aren't lackadaisy when things need to get fixed. So it's like we do know that when it
Yeah.
goes live, there's going to be hiccups. I mean, that's just
They just need to see how it performs with a full server, in my opinion. And then if it passes that test, launch it.
stress test the server.
And then launch it. Because it's... Have you had any glitches and stuff?
No, sir.
I've had sometimes an issue with, like, if I bend my arm, it doesn't, like, fully bend visually to look at my vitals. And if you squat and walk, how your legs look when you walk are, like, Bojangles.
If you look at your own legs.
But
they
how
don't
they
look-
look on to other people is fine.
Oh, yeah. It's
So I don't know
spot
what
on.
magic's going on there.
Doesn't matter because what I see is
What's
is more relevant to me than what you're seeing. No, I like the like squat legs.
yeah, the Bojangles legs when
Yeah.
you squat, but they look good to other people when they're
Yeah,
looking at it, so
100%.
it functions good.
Yeah.
But Grim's ready, in my opinion.
Just can't get enough.
Spoon, go make $1 million. Go put
Slightly
that shit
addicted.
out.
Go make $1 million,
Dude.
Oh my god,
That's going to be the quickest mill in the Quest.
what do you think? 24 hours?
What do you think it's going to sell for? 20 to 40?
That's a stretch.
I think that it's a game.
I would say minimum on the minimum. Like, look at it's the
Minimum
utmost
20.
No, $24.99 on the absolutely lowest ball minimum.
I would say 20, anywhere in the 20 to 40. 20 being the absolute lowest. Anything lower, he'd be.
You could justify
stud.
39.
That's what I think. Like 40 is the high.
Personally, though, I'd love to see it between $24.99
And 35?
$29.99.
Okay.
So I think $29.99 is probably the best price.
What is Ghosts of
comfort
Tabor
zone.
I think $24.99, $19.99. I can Google it.
$60 if you paid how I did.
Well, that's
You idiot.
I can Google real quick. I think Ghosts of Tabor is $25.
I thought it was 29.
Because Ghosts of Tabor is so worth
But
every.
we bought it and then bought the
Founding Father.
The Founding Fathers. So it's like I don't remember what the base game was.
$24.99.
Yeah.
So it's like I
that's-
think that's what Grim will cost then, right?
I mean, if they stick to that same price model, I wonder if Silent North will be the same.
Do you
then.
think they'll do the same thing with editions where you'll have like additional starting stuff, or do you think that takes away from?
for Grimm?
Yeah, you know how like Ghosts of Tabor,
Like a
with-
Founding Fathers thing for Grimm?
correct, and like DLCs and stuff like that.
You know,
Or do you think that devalues it? Not devalues the game, but like it's pay to win at that point. What do you think?
well,
Because I think
it-
it's kind
it-
of. I think it fits. I would pay.
It does, but it would have to be cosmetic only because like let's say
or
you could
resources.
start the game with like a legit axe and not a stone axe.
Correct.
You're going to have an instant advantage in gathering wood. Now, granted, you could get away with it with a rock, but that almost has a pay to play. But maybe if you started,
you
with
could
a
make that
stone
argument
axe
with Ghosts of Tabor, though, right? Because you get those starting
Why,
weapons.
you get gold guns. Everyone gets guns.
You get significantly more guns with.
Well, you get more, but everybody gets guns. Correct.
Correct. All you get with nothing, with no addition.
And what they do is they give you great guns, like gold ones, that if you want to run into, you can. But you're gonna run in there with a gold gun? I'm not.
We bought the Founding Father
Genius.
edition so fast. I couldn't even tell you what you get with no DLCs. A start of wipe.
We may have actually bought the Founding Fathers before even
Interviewing them?
Well, no, before technically playing the game.
No,
After
I think we did a
buying
couple.
the game,
I think we did a couple of runs
and then
before.
bought it.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm pretty sure.
I remember it was
Because you played it before me,
Yeah.
and you were like, I already see the potential in this.
Oh, dude, instant. I'm like,
This is a different game.
this is crazy.
And you know what's funny? When
I've
you
never
started
played
playing
anything
Ghosts
like
of
this.
Tabor, you were talking like, this makes me want Rust in VR even more.
Mm-hmm.
And now, then when we talked to Scott and we mentioned
Dude,
that,
what are the odds?
then he was like, actually, we're making that. And now look now we're playing it
Spoon
on the
Fed's been
quest.
doing it for
The
6
journey,
years.
dude.
It's there. I don't believe in coincidences either.
Combat Waffle Studios, dude. I can't stress enough how big they're going to be when all 3 of those games are out. Silent North, Grim, and Ghost of Tabor. But yeah, Grim is too much fun. I could talk about it a whole episode every week.
Yeah.
Right now, at least.
You want an hour of
having
Grim a
blast.
week?
I'm having a blast with it. It's the Grim Hour.
I don't even know what you'd call that. Welcome to the world of Grimology.
Grim Talk.
Grim Talk. Welcome to Grim Talk. All
No,
right.
but I'm having
Back
too
on
much fun with
course.
it. Yeah. We'll talk about it more next week, I'm sure. But we're having a blast with the Grim, slowly learning more and more. Hopefully by game launch, we'll be your boys to go to with like info. We'll actually know what to do. As of right now, well, we're able to build a giant wooden base. So report back to us shortly.
Need a hotel built?
So the game that we were talking about that you were watching me play that I was having a blast with, because we just didn't have time to hop into it yet. We just got access to it, but I was like, dude, I got to hop in before we record because he said we can talk about it. Just don't share gameplay footage. Just you can talk about it. So I was like, I got to at least do the tutorial. Underworld Overseer from Myron Games, the developer of Deism, one of our favorite top-down strategy games in VR.
Oh, yeah.
And this one is pretty much a dungeon creation one where you create a dungeon and you survive waves of enemies coming. So there's almost like a dungeon creating and tower defense game element to it. And you can play it in mixed reality too. So all I've done so far is the first initial tutorial level, but I can already see the potential of it. You have to like mine out new rooms and you can build what the room is for. Library, training rooms, whole bunch of different things, treasury room. You can build new characters, assign them to tasks, make them do stuff, get spells. So I'm just at the early stage, but already like just after finishing that tutorial, I'm like, I'm hooked. I want more.
Yeah, and I'll say because I haven't tried it yet. I of course will try it, but I was watching you. I was like, can you stream it to the TV? And it's probably one of the finest examples of nothing you see outside of being in there playing it is going to do justice it deserves. And you have to put on the headset to really enjoy it. So I'm excited. When I was sitting here and you came in and you're like, dude, I want to play more of it. And I'm like, for real? Because I was like, what I saw didn't seem as exciting. And you were even standing in front of me like, oh my God, this is incredible. And I'm like, oh man, unless I'm there, I'm not going to really appreciate it but yeah, I love tower defense.
Yeah, you got to hop in because
Yeah,
I know you love that style of
1,000,000%,
game
yeah.
too. If you get home after you have some dinner, some pizza, some whatever, some sushi, whatever.
I don't know what I'm doing for dinner.
Those are kind of your pizza guys out of town for a couple months.
Till September.
It's rough. Almost there. One more month.
Guy's badass, man.
Yeah.
Takes like a month, 2 off. But I get it. It works hard,
But I'll report back next week with more gameplay talk on
Yeah,
Underworld
I'll
Overseer. Hopefully
definitely
you
put
will
some time
too,
in.
but
Of course.
just off of initial tutorial level, Underworld Overseer from Iron Games.
Has your attention.
Yeah, it does.
All right, this is good news. Sometimes you don't, been waiting forever for some things that you're like finally like, yes, finally. Maestro launches in October on the Quest and Steam, coming to Quest headsets in October 17th, and Steam will get it October 22nd.
5-day difference. It's really not that big of a difference.
I love the shift from going Steam first to Quest.
By a couple days, too.
By going, you know what? Let's put it to the most popular one first, and then we'll put it, real quick, so there's not a huge delay. But it's just funny because
you know what I think that
used to
is?
Be completely opposite.
Let's put it out on one platform. Give ourselves a couple days in case there's bugs that need to be fixed, right? Like shit we missed until it gets to the masses.
Dude, Maestro's
and then we'll
crush it.
Yeah, well, they have the backing now of Creature.
Yep.
The funding of Creature and SideQuest, that indie fund that they
How
did.
good was it?
Just on demo?
Just on demo.
How many times did we replay that one song?
I redid the whole demo a couple weeks ago.
I hope there's going to be a campaign. Or do you think it's going to be a campaign or like the classic rhythm song?
I think
rhythm
it'll
game,
be
like just pick your song you play.
The tutorial, and then it'll be the
just pick whatever song you like. Any game, like any rhythm game.
Songbook,
yeah, like Ragnarok, like Beat Saber. The way you just pick a song with no.
And there will be. This will
Beat Saber
be
does
one
have
of
a
the first
campaign.
times that you're going to see like classical music get sold as DLCs, and people are going to buy it.
Well, I think a lot of classical music like that isn't it in the public domain. A lot of it.
I don't know. I think it's how it's represented, but I don't really know.
Yeah, I
don't
think
know
a lot
the
of
licensing deal on Beethoven.
Yeah, I think a lot of that stuff is in the public domain.
I would think someone owns it.
Copyright law, baby, it expires, But I don't know because it's international copy. I don't know.
Still
That's a good
cracks me
question.
up that happy birthdays copy. Like you technically can't sing happy birthday.
You want to sing it right now?
No,
The most boring.
no. I have no desire to. You go to any restaurant, they typically don't sing happy birthday traditionally.
Any hoot though.
Weird.
I'm excited for that one though. It's not far away. A couple months.
Dude, when I heard it was coming, that's why I played it a couple weeks ago.
Might be my favorite rhythm game system I've ever played.
Yeah,
because I'm not a rhythm game guy.
I forgot
Traditionally,
that it's not
that
the
and
easiest
Unplugged.
either. But
Because remember, you grab it's hand tracking. So remember, they're like, we even recommend you grab something like a pen or something.
well, yeah, use like
stick.
chopsticks.
Yeah, dude. I'm so freaking pumped.
You're the maestro.
And the graphics on it, the main character,
La, 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 la.
good stuff coming.
No, the graphics were good.
Mm-hmm.
They do the old fashioned powder face wig,
Mm-hmm.
Lace wig there. Freaking no, it's
The syphilis
it's
wig.
perfect. Syphilis wig, yes.
I don't remember which STD
Give
it
me-
was that made them
Give
lose their hair.
me syphilis wig.
Nonetheless, though, I am excited.
I don't think they called it that.
No, that's what I called it.
That's unfortunate.
It's because I'm pretty sure
It's
that's where
me-
the powdered wigs
it's me-
came from. I don't know if I don't remember if it was
syphilis wig.
in fairness, I don't remember if it was chlamydia or syphilis that made them lose
The hair.
the hair. One of them did, and that's
I
why.
don't know. Chlamydia is on the rise, so I don't see a lot of bald people walking around. So I'll say syphilis.
You don't see a lot of bald people walking around. I see a lot of bald people walking around.
Well, bald women. You know what I'm saying? it would fall on both genders, so not just of the male species.
Anyway, though, this one's a cool one. This one's actually really cool because it's very rare you see budget or VR games get this type of recognition.
It'd be great if you had a wig company and called it syphilis wig. just terrible.
But anywho, budget cuts.
Budget cuts.
They're officially added to Sweden's game culture treasures list. So it's got official government recognition from Sweden now.
Sweden doesn't screw around, man.
With gaming and tech, no. They got Spotify. They
Or
got a whole
music.
bunch of games.
We're
So
music.
huge props to Sweden officially recognizing VR in that capacity.
They're big at recognizing, and I guess in their own form of patriotism, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
Patriotism, yes.
And Budget Cuts is a cult classic.
On some quick light news, but for those interested, there is a new trailer for Dig.
Dig VR,
Dig VR.
a game that
There's only one Dig.
we talked
It's
to.
this Dig.
We
Dig
talked to
VR.
Ben Hinchcliffe the other month, former Rockstar developer working on this one. It's an excavator simulator, essentially.
It's so funny that someone who's worked on like multiple Grand Theft Auto, like
Red Dead Redemption.
games. Red Dead Redemption, right?
Some of the most prestigious games. He saw VR and was like, I need to leave this.
Could go any direction he wants. Imagine if he did like a horse game. I mean, it's like
He could have stayed at Rockstar his whole career.
Could have made his own version of GTA, you know?
Dude, he was there for over 10 years. That's a very easy position to stay at.
Is blessing us with the ability to, well, I'll call them diggers. We'll call them excavators, and
Whatever the proper term is.
Depends on where you live.
Dude, I hope he has connections at Rockstar still.
Some areas of the world, they're called hands.
And I hope he's in their ear of, you guys need to do more VR, you know?
Yeah,
he's like
dude,
influencing him a bit.
That interview was amazing.
That was a great one. What a prestigious resume. So I'm very confident that Dig VR is going to be fun. I'm excited to get my hands on it when it's out. But new trailer, news is coming.
Yeah.
It's got to be coming soon.
I'm all over it, dude.
I think Ben's going to be at Gamescom.
Gamescom.
At Gamescom, yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited and nervous to see the Brits in Germany. I don't think my liver can handle it.
I'm not doing a lot of drinking.
No, I'm not. Not with the Brits. You'll die.
Not with anybody.
You can't keep up with them.
Could be worse. Could be in Russia.
It's in their blood.
And trying to keep up with cold living Russians, you know. It's a lot of vodka.
I'll never forget.
Poland. I'm not keeping up with Poland either.
I'll never forget. And
the drinking Olympics I'm not good at, so not even worth it.
In Hungary, when I was there with Kelly, we said a Hungarian word to a bartender. When we were already too tipsy, we were walking. Our apartment was right there that we were staying at. We were at this, like, I think it was a ruin bar is what it was, which is an interesting thing, like renovate mills and stuff into it. But we said some Hungarian word to this bartender, and he got so eccentrically excited that he poured us a shot of a drink that's like Hungary's national liquor. It's called Unicum. Disgusting. It's like Jaeger.
I don't like the ending of the name of that drink.
Me neither. It might as well be what your brain wants to say.
Ugh.
So it was nasty. And, you know, anytime I've ever had like a moment of being too drunk, it's because I was where I needed to be level wise. And then somebody is like, shot. Here's a shot.
Well,
I'm not a shots guy.
There's a big difference between indoors and outdoors too. So like everybody's experienced this. You've been just having a banging time at the club or the bar, and then you step outside to leave, and it's like
no, you stand up.
Two.
How about you stand up? You ever sit at a bar for a while, feel fine, and then you stand up, and you're like, I need to go home.
Yeah, but a lot of times I like to stand.
Oh,
I
anyway,
prefer standing. Anyway, yeah. I'm to the point where people have like, you can sit down. I'm like, no, I'm socially cool standing.
My big adult trick now is just gin and tonics.
Yeah,
if I just stick to a slow paced gin and tonic,
yep,
I won't even feel bad the next day.
No, you're getting a lot of water.
Dude,
the ice melts.
Do you remember that midnight pee I took in Sweden after
it was comical?
It was Austin Powers. Remember when they unfreeze him?
Yeah. He takes the like
because there was the second wave. The second wave's when things got crazy.
It freaked me out.
I commented on it the next morning and you were like, oh yeah, I remember that.
I was curious if we were gonna have to call for help. I couldn't quite understand how one could be holding so much fluid.
It just didn't stop. I woke myself. You know how like you start half asleep?
Yeah.
By the end of that pee, I was like, I don't know if I can go back to bed.
It was impressive.
And I remember that night I woke up, I grabbed that skinny bottle of water. You just hear gulp, 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 gulp.
Yeah, like a half gallon.
Oh man, I'm excited for Germany and Connect. It's gonna be a fun time.
Yeah.
But is it me next or is it you? I think the last one was budget cuts, right?
Yeah.
So then it goes you.
What was it about budget cuts? Just so I remember.
Them getting added into Sweden's national game treasures list.
Then yes, that was you. So August Quest Plus games this month, if you were a Quest Plus subscriber, are Myst and Ragnarok.
Ooh, those are two good ones. Especially
that library is getting better and better.
Well, if you're grabbing them every month, but then they also have that consistent library of games, including Red Matter and Walkabout Mini Golf.
Walkabout, dude.
Walkabout Mini Golf.
Get out of here.
That's enough on its own.
Hell yeah, man. So those are two good games. But my attitude with Myst is like, if you have a headset and you're a fan of Myst, you already own it.
Myst has such a cult following.
Doesn't care what it is.
And now they have Riven. They have the sequel to Myst in VR as well, too.
But Ragnarok? There you go. Just get your money's worth this month.
That's one of my favorite rhythm games. I mean, hell, it has Valhallelujah.
Hallelujah, hallelujah. Oh, I'm not going to shake my head too much. I'll be a fucking meme.
In the Discord again?
Guaranteed.
I
got to be careful sometimes.
I think Valhallelujah is my single favorite song to play in a rhythm game in VR. If I had to pick one single favorite song.
The only song that would be better for me would be Inagata Devita.
Is it in there already?
No.
Well, I mean, currently in one right now. I'm not talking about, like, of all the not Fancy Realm, what exists.
Dude, I think 17 minutes or 21 minutes.
I think Valhallelujah wins it for any rhythm game. That single song is just so fun.
They do really good.
But I think every time we've ever played it,
Beat Saber over here.
Anytime we've ever played
Beat Saber.
Anytime we've ever played Valhallelujah, one time we finish it and we go, "You want to do it again?"
Yeah, just keep going up the hard modes.
It's a good one.
It's a workout on the hard for sure, but I love it.
Yeah. So cool stuff there. And then I'm excited for this one. Ghosts of Tabor, arguably our favorite game in VR. They just launched a new update that brings a Quest 3 enhancement and also launches the much anticipated Eastwood DLC, which, you know, it's kind of like a little Wild West themed. And you're hoping people come running in for it. Well,
I am for single shot, anything, revolvers.
Well, we have the DLC because we're founding fathers.
Whatever. Oh, yes, we are Chumley. Very Chumley. Yeah, man. That people wanted revolvers or whatever, and whatever slows the process for you and my semi-automatic assault rifle works for me, then you take the slower path. I'm cool with it.
This update also bumps the frame rate up from 72 frame rates per second up to 90 frame rates.
That's a pretty big bump.
So now, and that's on Quest 2 and Quest 3.
Wow.
So Combat Waffle Man on fire.
But we already know, dude. That studio for years to come, like literally within the next 3 years, on paper is like.
We're blessed to have the opportunity to talk to so much of the different team. So we really have some good firsthand insight into like, how many different team members have we talked to, and each one's an amazing story of talent. So.
Oh no, it's no when the first time we ever spoke to Scott and we were learning about his background a little and his talents, and one of his talents is picking amazing people, and he knows it within what, minutes?
Yeah, I always love that.
Minutes,
which makes me feel a little bit good that we still talk to Scott. It's been more than a couple minutes.
It's been over a year,
so that should take away that ambiguity, right? But it should be said too
Did you get that big fuck you back message from him?
The Eastwood DLC pack. It comes with it's $5,
which is totally reasonable.
It comes with a cowboy hat and 4 weapons, an 1872 Colt single action Army Peacemaker that shoots 45 caliber bullets, the 1883 sawed off double barrel Rebel 12 gauge shotgun
for your silo runs.
And dude, actually that one's not too bad. An 1883 sawed off double barrel Eldorado 12 gauge shotgun that fits in your pistol holster. That's actually a great one.
Yep.
Pistol shotgun.
Yeah, the kick on that's pretty impressive.
And the
real life.
And the 1894 Marlin level action Rowdy rifle. Level action rifle.
Kapow, kapow, kapow.
So honestly, of all of those, most of them are not. I don't use
the lever action rifle would probably be the one that if I were to take any of those.
Really, I would go the shot off shotgun pistol.
Nah,
because I don't use my pistol much.
Nah,
dude.
Nah.
You have that. That's.
I go in with a shotty. I want like minimally 5 rounds.
Okay.
I don't want a double barrel.
I'll still have my rifle on my chest. That thing's just, if shit gets dirty and somebody's up close, you one shot them in the face with that thing.
I'm a more is better type of guy.
I'm gonna start. You know how there's that NPC in the top room of the docks?
Yeah.
I'm gonna start walking in there and blah with that DLC gun.
Get only a couple of shots. Make them count.
You only need one.
You're right.
Blah.
Sawed off shot.
Dude, that's actually I'm actually hyped for that.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I want to know if I go in with my cowboy hat and I die, can I buy a new one in the market? I need to know that.
If you go in with a gold weapon and you die, can you buy a new one in the market?
No.
Well, here's the thing.
But you can buy some of the DLC guns.
Because if you're buying the DLC, I would assume it's yours forever.
Well, you'll just get it again after every wipe. Because my thing is, if
Would
I
it
can
be
buy
every
more,
wipe, or just like you said, like it's an option of purchase?
no, you get all of your DLC stuff at the start of every wipe.
No, I know that. So I'm just saying, like you just said with the hat, like perhaps you can buy it in the.
I hope so.
I haven't checked.
The hat's
I haven't
the
checked in the.
I'm pretty
in the
sure
market.
the other guns. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to. Traditionally, you can.
Only one way to find out.
The hat, though, sometimes like the stuff when they give you like the Ghosts of Tabor
Spoon.
the spoon, like you
Yeah.
can't buy that giant spoon in the market.
No way, man.
So unfortunately, my gut says that that the cowboy hat is not going to be something you can buy. But if it is, I'll buy 10 of them and I'll just go into every raid with a cowboy hat.
No armor.
No armor.
No.
If I could go in with no clothes, I would with a cowboy hat. Come on.
Naked cowboy guy.
Mm-hmm. That would be me. D Scruffles out here running around with the undies and a cowboy hat and some guns.
Son, what you doing running
And a
around
backpack.
here with a cowboy hat, no clothes on?
You ready? Night run in undies, cowboy hat, and night vision goggles.
I'm gonna shoot you in the back.
I know,
with
but you
some
need a helmet
salt.
for that.
You're
But
taking
anyway.
a salt shot it to the back, son.
Fun DLC pack, $5. I mean, they're going the walkabout route with pricing.
That's pretty cheap.
We're founding fathers, so we already have it. But honestly, for
Somewhere.
$5, if we didn't have founding fathers, I'd probably grab that one. It's $5. It's really nothing.
$4.99.
That's nothing.
It's a great pricing model.
And some Quest 3 and Quest 2 enhancements. Come on, not bad.
Hell yeah.
All right, and no ad break on this one, so we still do, though, give our shout out to our Patreon peeps, the people that support us each and every week and month, and I guess a couple times a week with multiple episodes. I mean, these people really tolerate us blowing up our podcast feed, right? 2 to 3 a week. New episode. So huge props to our Patreon supporters and everyone in our Discord that partakes there, everyone that listens each and every week, even if you're not in the Discord or in the Patreon, we still appreciate you. But huge shout out to everyone on our on-air shout out tier of our Patreon. We have Asim, Amelia, Carson, Earth Witness, Aspire Mike, Jake, TPZ, Crispy, and Shoes. So once again, thank you all. And you can join that list by visiting the link in our show notes, clicking on the Patreon link and joining that. We also have those tiers available via YouTube instead if you just prefer the YouTube style of things more.
If you just want to watch.
Yeah, maybe you have a YouTube account. You already got everything set up there. You don't really want to start a Patreon account, all that stuff. I get it. So we have it available, same tier, same cost, everything on YouTube as well, too. So if you're interested in joining that, links in our show notes. And also, arguably more importantly, you can also find the link for our Discord, which is a kick-ass community full of great VR discussion, great life discussion, game meetups.
Lots of Resonite play going on lately.
Resonite. Amelia is spreading Resonite like
she owns stock.
There's like a cloud of contagious,
She's a believer.
Getting everybody sick with Resonite illness.
You know what's funny though?
It's
Because
fun.
she was my tour guide with a few other people that went in also and crushed it.
Yeah, so
dude,
if you have PC VR and you go in the Ruff Talk VR Discord,
you want a
be
good
prepared.
tour of Resonite.
Be prepared to hear about Resonite.
It's damn good.
But, huge shout out to everyone that's a member there that partakes. We have, like I said, book clubs, game meetups, happy hours, just great game discussion.
And I think
referral codes.
I think the happy hours now will
there's
occasionally contain a European time zone one and a North American time zone one.
Look at that.
Yeah, man, that's pretty cool.
Big time.
Yeah.
So go check out the Ruff Talk VR Discord. Go check out the Patreon. Subscribe, rate us 5 stars and all that. On YouTube, like I said earlier, we do our live premieres on YouTube. So if you're around at 1 p.m. Eastern time, the day our episodes come out, audio is available first thing in the morning, but we put it out at 1 p.m. Eastern time on YouTube with a nice little live chat. It's a fun time. sometimes the live chat gets a little silly. It's a good place.
I like when I can pop in.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I literally can pop in, but other times I can.
Yeah, because it's at your work day, and I understand that that's the work day time for a lot of people. So I don't expect everyone to be able to make it, but if you can, it's a good time. So no ad break. That was kind of our ad break. So you want to kick us back off with what's next? I think I had the last one.
What's happening here? So HTC has cut. This is kind of good news, but I'll get into it after.
I made a fucked up joke off air. That was kind of funny though.
No, it was real. HTC has cut the Vive XR Elite US price from $1,100 down to $900.
So they cut it down from an unaffordable $1,100 to an unaffordable $900.
But it's still cool. It's something.
We're getting there.
Get that baby down to like $699 maybe, but even then I'm like, I have a Quest 3. I paid enough.
Well, my next one's going to be about another headset that's dropping.
But it is kind of cool if you're on the fence and you're like, oh man, I can save $200, and it's probably good incentive too.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great. I mean, 900. Jokes aside,
it's under 1,000.
It's under 1,000. Yeah. We're getting there, and it is a solid headset from what I've heard.
It was funny though when you were saying like, oh, so it went from an unaffordable 1,100 to an unaffordable 9. I'm like, oh, dude, you're killing me, man.
I think 900 is still just a little too unaffordable to be like a mass marketed headset, but it's getting there.
I mean, it sells even at the...
Seems kind of funny, though, that they seem a little bit in a race to the bottom on their pricing.
We'll see your awesome priced headset, and we'll go down $200. What do you think of that? They're probably all... I mean, honestly, they're probably all celebratory that they broke under 1,000. But I agree with you. You want to get them in people's hands, like, with intent. You need to figure out how to make it significantly cheaper.
Yeah, even 500 for the Quest 3. Apparently it's selling, but it doesn't sell like a 400 or 350 headset.
Well, no, numbers have kind of proven that.
Yeah, and I'll get to that now. I mean, that is really cool news from HTC. I won't talk shit.
They went under $1,000, so.
But in Sony suddenly, so late in the ninth inning, deciding to really market and listen to consumers. And really give the consumers what they want and listen to feedback. I mean, if they had done the moves that they had done now from the start, I think the PSVR 2 would be in a lot more people's hands. Mm-hmm. But what I'm referring to is, they've started to expand some PC VR access. That's coming soon. Pretty soon you're going to be able to use a PlayStation VR 2 to access PC VR titles, which is going to be great. I want to know if I'm going to be able to access Sony PSVR titles on my computer with it. So the reason I say that is because if I can play Gran Turismo 7 with my PSVR 2 on my computer without buying a PS5, I'll buy a PSVR 2 tomorrow.
Well, at the price that they're...
Well, yeah, because here's the thing. Last week in the UK, they dropped the price down of the PSVR 2 to $350. And now this week they did, or now I guess last week they did it the same thing in the United States as well too. So now in the US you can get a PlayStation VR 2 for $350, which is really not a bad price. That's a good price for really.
If I was in the UK, I would have swooped them up.
And it's not permanent price drop yet.
Using my UK money for the American version because they would have saved money. Because their money's stronger than ours. So if it was for the same price?
Well, here's the thing that I don't know. I don't know if it was 350 euros or 350 US dollar equivalent in the UK. Yeah, right. I don't know.
Because I feel like someone ordered a truckload.
Yeah, right. I get what you're saying, though.
It's like you order enough, you're starting to get them for free.
But, dude, if I can play Gran Turismo 7 on my computer for $350 headset, I mean, it's worth it just to experience the headset at that price. Well, and we have PC VR computers.
Being as Sony's not big into like getting them into people's hands to try this stuff and get the hype out there, I'm gonna wait heavily to see what the reviews are when, like, what options.
How is the PSVR access on it? Yeah,
how does it look?
But when you're selling it for the same cost as the PlayStation 5, obviously it's not going to sell. Now there's retailers in the UK that are saying that they've sold more PlayStation VR 2s in the 1 week that this sale has been going on than the entire rest of the time that it's been on sale combined.
That's crazy.
And that's totally believable.
Yeah. Oh, no, 1,000,000%.
One even said in one day they did.
Well, yeah, because the thing was mad expensive, man.
I think what we are seeing, and we were talking about this the other week of like, oh, if they sell the Quest 3S for $299 or $350, they're going to sell it off the shelf. They're not going to be able to keep up for it. $299 and $350 is a magic number to make headsets sell like hotcakes.
I mean, they want a clear warehouse. Just drop to $299. Call it a day. Don't fucking budge on it. Don't.
I think we are seeing that the public is willing to spend $350 on moment's notice for VR. Apples
to apples. I mean, you're going to look at what your options are. You go, well, for the less money, I can get a better deal because I don't own a PS5, you know? So
once we get...
It makes them a little... We'll just... I don't know.
Even the Quest 3.
Sony's been scaring me since they came out with it, so...
Well, if they did these moves at the get-go, they'd be doing a lot better.
But they didn't. So, and the damage is like there.
Anecdotally, I'm hearing a lot of creators say that their old PSVR 2 videos that had no views before are suddenly spiking in views, which means
because people are buying
the headset, which is cool. That means that they're actually like making impact. Good on them.
Hopefully they ride it.
And like, dude, the headset's been out almost 2 years. $350 is less valuable. It's like is worth less than it was
2 years ago.
So if they launched they could have launched at a $299 price at launch, is what I'm saying, and it would have been the equivalent of this
theoretically.
It's crazy that they're doing it this late, but it's good to see it still happen.
Mistakes were made,
and I'm telling you, if I can play Gran Turismo 7, you might be hearing about
we'll figure it out.
Look what I got.
All right, so these came out August 1st. But since we're only a couple of days in August, it's worth noting. But Zero Caliber and Gravity League.
Technically Zero Caliber 2.
Zero Caliber 2, sorry. I would hope nobody would interpret the first one coming out again. Zero Caliber 2 and Gravity League.
Which I haven't played Gravity League yet. I will soon.
August 1st, so you can jump all over both of those. I would actually recommend both.
We've been busy with Grim, so I haven't hopped into Gravity League yet, but Zero Caliber 2, we gave it our thumbs up of approval, 2 months ago?
Zero Caliber 2? Yeah. It's fun for what it is.
For a co-op kind of arcadey.
I'm not upset about it. I haven't done it single player, so I can't speak on that.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I think if I went in myself, I don't think I would have had the same enjoyment, but as a co-op experience, it's like an old school style, like, just arcadey, Call of Duty style, just kill everything in front of you shooter.
That's how I always took it.
Fuck the story. I'm going in here. I'm Barney Badass. I'm killing everyone.
Story.
Yeah, the story is that I'm going to kill everyone.
If it moves, it dies.
That's the story to me. There's the bad guy in the water, and everybody else is going to die. That's really what's going on with me.
Kudos to those two for launching.
Occasionally a vehicle comes out, and I hop in it to go kill more people. I mean, my dude's going to have PTSD, my man.
Not my dude. He's built for this. He's mentally, been doing this his whole life. He doesn't know anything else. He's just a killing machine.
It's so fun, though.
I don't know anything else.
It's so much fun, me and you, and then when we got the third in there with me, you, and Nick, Guanatu, Android Central, Nick.
I want someone to make Dexter.
I want 4 in VR. What, you would just want to hunt people and kill them?
Why not?
Stalk them and kill them?
But why not?
You said you felt like Dexter killing Spoon.
I did a little. But, I mean, what I assumed the character would feel like, right? I don't know. Remember the game Manhunt?
Mm-hmm. That was huge. I think that was Rockstar as well.
That game was fucked up, dude.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was for the time, it was pretty messed up.
But Zero Caliber 2, that's a good release. And then I got to check out Gravity League this week. But now, unfortunately, I have 2 games that I'm sweating thinking about with Grim and Underworld Overseer. Both were so good. So, it's me next? Dude, this is a huge one. Guardians of Realms is going to be the next game from Sinn Studio, the developers of Swordsman VR, and this is going to be a mixed reality combat game. So I'm excited to try this one when it's ready.
Well, I have faith in the studio to deliver a good product. I want to see how it differs.
And so here's the thing about Guardians of Realms. Sinn Studio actually has 2 games in development. So this is Guardians of Realms, and it's going to be, like I said, a mixed reality combat game. It's coming in early access on the Quest 3, which makes sense for it to be Quest 3 only because of the color pass-through if it's mixed reality. But at launch of early access, there's going to be a sandbox mode and then a survival mode. Over time, they're going to add more updates and stuff like that. But they're also doing another PvP combat game called Battlegrounds. So not to be confused with that. That's a separate project. More details to come with that later. But this one is coming out in early access this month with a full release later. It's going to be a paid experience. No details on price yet or anything.
I hope
but
it's paid.
Damn, they have 2 games coming out.
They've been busy, dude.
That's impressive. And the sandbox one, that makes sense. I'll be honest with you, when I first read this news, I thought it was the PvP one. So I'm glad there's the distinction there. Yeah. To have 2, and I feel like the PvP one might be mixed reality too. Don't quote me on that. But now I think I'm starting to really conflate the two with like what my brain
looks like. You just got to get it in your hands and see what it's about.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm excited. I'm excited.
I wonder if the PvP one's going to be a paid experience too. I have a feeling that one, sometimes for PvP, you kind of want, like as a mixed reality, as like a multiplayer game, you kind of want that cheaper, more free model. Whereas this one sounds like a single player experience. Maybe that's why it's paid. But
I'm just not a fan of free.
No. My problem with free is that you're going to sell me more later.
It sucks because sometimes it holds me back, and then I try free things, and I'm like, that was great. I've got a couple of examples of that. Gods of Gravity
and Cards and Tankers are probably our 2 biggest ones.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we've got a living room app that will turn your living room into an animal sanctuary, and it's going to have a lot of different settings, change the environment, like the grass and all that, and
I think it's mixed reality, right? Like it turns your living room into it.
Turn your living room.
You made a good point that when people market these things, maybe they should say turn your play space.
Yeah, I'd actually, from a
turn your gaming area, turn your playing area.
If you tell me like I can turn your play space into, an animal sanctuary, and I'm just using them as an example. They're not the only ones that have said that.
That's the typical mixed reality sales pitch.
Because percentage wise, the majority plays in their living room. But to the literal thinker who's like, well, I play in my bedroom, and I'm sure the percentage is small, who would be like, I'm not playing this because it says living room, and I play in my, and I've known human beings like this in my lifetime.
So turn your play space into a sanctuary.
Turn your play space into a sanctuary.
Into an animal sanctuary.
Who knows where your play space really is and what your situation is.
Well, depending on what you can do with these animals, like just pet them, feed them, it could be a little bit therapeutic, a little bit relaxing and meditative, right?
Especially you live alone, man.
I can see the potential of this one.
Got a little sheep to keep you company,
I'm excited.
Or something.
I don't think there was any news on release or anything like that. I think it was just a game announcement.
Honestly, I might have skimmed over that.
I could double check in a minute before we wrap it up, but
not the end of the world situation.
I'm excited. Just
it
on
actually
potential.
It looked kind of cool from what I did see.
I'll pull it up while we talk about the next one too, but just on concept, that one sounds cool.
Well, I like sim games, so if it's got any sim element to it.
Okay, it says it arrives this fall on Quest 3, but no set date, and I don't think any set price or anything like that.
So October. It's coming out October 3rd.
Yeah, it's going to be out October 13th, $99.99.
You know what's fucked up?
No date, no price.
Dude, I almost said it's going to be $14.99, right? I was thinking October 13th.
It's got no price and no date yet.
But it does, October 13th for $14.99.
Well, you're trolling right now.
I just heard it.
Don't cause issues.
It doesn't cause an issue for me.
Don't mess with people.
It's going to cause maybe an angry
don't mess
email
with people.
Or two. Like, what are you guys doing?
No date or cost or anything like that. But I'm going to pee myself when it's $14.99
I am
October
just
13th.
Having fun.
Is October 13th a Thursday?
I'll put a disclaimer. I hope it's a Friday.
I hope October 13th is a Thursday.
I hope it's a Friday.
I'm going to check right now.
And then I hope they still launch it, and I hope they launch it for $14.99. Just out of spite.
Oh, you're lucky. October 13th is a Sunday. You're not. Because all games drop on Thursday, it seems, but
it's definitely not coming out the 13th.
But I'm excited for this one. So nonetheless, this next one is cool too, because we have an interview with these peeps dropping on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Tier 1 direct action, which is kind of marketed as like a spiritual successor to Onward. It has some team members that used to be at Onward, now working at this one new studio called Neorun. I'm excited for this one. They just launched their Kickstarter, and this comes off the heels of they launched just at the Upload VR gaming showcase right at that time as well. I think they made their announcement right after the showcase was up, and this one has some hype. People are talking about it. People want to know more about it. So I'm excited to release our interview on Wednesday, kind of talking about that too. But in the meantime, they have a Kickstarter going on right now with a pretty reasonable goal for them to hit. It's like halfway done. But in the nature of Kickstarters, there's stretch goals with some cool stuff as well too. So in my eyes with them, it's like that's the real goal to hit, right? Despite what the bar says, it's you got to hit that last stretch goal, right?
You got to go past it.
Yeah. And they have some cool tiers with their stuff, including like in some ways getting involved in the game. Of course, in the higher tiers, you'll hear a little bit more about that on Wednesday too. But Tier 1 Direct Action, Kickstarter launched last week. I think it's just going on for this month. It's a new VR first-person shooter. If you're into those military sim VR shooters.
Yeah, but they promised to bring an element. I'm not going to spoil anything. They can say it themselves, but they're bringing some stuff to the game that's going to be new.
And full transparency on our interview, too. There's still a lot that they couldn't talk about yet either.
Yeah, and I haven't tried it, so I can't. It's rare. It's real rare when situation happens.
When I first approached you about this interview, because they had a Kickstarter going on, we friendly banter with each other. We're from Massachusetts. We can't help it. We bust balls, you know?
Yeah.
So you're like, Kickstarter? They're going to run away with Bitcoin? You know, you're like, is this real?
Are they going to try to sell me NFTs?
Are they just going to disappear one day, you know? But like talking to them, the game's not far.
No, they're
with early access. It's a real thing. It's coming.
A legit bunch of human beings. With very legit backgrounds.
I hope to not only see them hit their main goal, I hope that they pass their stretch goal. So if you're interested in that.
They sold me, man.
Yeah. If you're interested in that, go check out their Kickstarter. Go support a great dev team, and hopefully that game comes to reality.
Fair enough. So, because I'm old, I need my readers for this one. Sometimes I write I'm the one who wrote it, right? It's too small for my own eyes. Project Judge Visions, for some reason that ties my tongue, has a free trading card game that is out now on App Lab. And I gave it a quick scan over.
It's out free on App Lab, too. It's free.
Only because of what my personal opinion with free is based on my experience. I'm going to give it a shot. Like quicker, sooner than later.
Well, especially because one of the free-to-play games that fooled us and was way better than we would have thought was also a card game, Cards and Tankards.
I turned a cheek to it.
I don't think anybody's a bigger believer of card and board games in VR than us.
No.
We're such big supporters.
I want to try it. I want to see what, how they're approaching their card system.
And this is made in partnership with Bandai, who is one of the biggest names.
I was going to bring that up.
That's huge.
That's a big backer to have. When I read that, I was like, are you kidding me?
Dude, the whole app description is in Japanese.
Well,
so it's definitely early access, but it's got a 4.8 with 28 ratings already. No written reviews.
I just don't know how they do free. I don't get the free business model. I don't care. I don't understand how,
Upload VR used the words of Magic the Gathering-esque, but it's cool. It's like you got your cards and you can see the monsters come in front of you in a battle.
Well, yeah,
so,
dude,
I'm pretty sure Bandai is behind Yu-Gi-Oh! And anybody that watched Yu-Gi-Oh! You place the cards on the deck and the characters would come
off the card to life.
That's how Yu-Gi-Oh! Was. It was like preparing my brain for AR in some ways. Of course, they never did it with glasses. It's like the system just did it itself.
They just didn't have it then.
But dude, we could totally play Yu-Gi-Oh! With 3D characters in a co-location environment in VR. Why not? And this is a step towards that. So
I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh! Based on the name is like age restrictive. Like after 28, you probably shouldn't play it anymore.
I don't want to. I was going to make the joke like after like 12, you shouldn't. But of course, there's adults that play because it's a good card game. Here's the thing about Yu-Gi-Oh!
I never thought I'd see the amount of adults that play Pokemon.
Because here's the thing about Yu-Gi-Oh! Just like Pokemon with their trading card game, but Yu-Gi-Oh! is like primarily a game card game. And then, of course, they had their anime series and stuff like that.
Marketing.
Yeah. That's how I got discovered Yu-Gi-Oh! Like WB Games. Yeah. It was on some Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah, it's never been my...
I used to have the wrist thing.
You used to like Dragon Ball Z.
Love Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
It used to have the wrist thing for Yu-Gi-Oh. There was like a dueling thing that you would have. Me and my sister had so many cards, and like you would have like this wrist thing of a deck. Then you would like, it was like Magic.
Did you guys
the
play by
Gathering
the
Light.
rules, or did you make up your own
100%.
rules?
I was very
Okay.
serious.
All right.
That was like some playground shit you could play in school too. Like
Oh, yeah.
everyone was playing
Everybody's on
Yu-Gi-Oh.
the same rule system.
Yeah. And the best part about Yu-Gi-Oh is that there's a set. I never knew really anyone that had a full set of it, but if you put in your deck 7 pieces of a card called, I think it was Excalibur, something weird like that. I'm going deep into my childhood memory. And you drew all 7 of those cards in your hand, instant win.
Okay.
But you have to get all 7 of those cards in the wild, put them in your deck,
Well,
and happen to draw them. Good luck.
Never did like an illegal shuffle. You ever do that?
No, but you totally could with that. Oh, I just happened to start with all 7 of them in my hand.
My younger years, we do that.
But it totally got me thinking Yu-Gi-Oh right away. So I'm excited to try this one. I don't know if it's single player.
We didn't have no
Multiplayer.
Yu-Gi-Oh when I was a child. We
All in
played
Japanese.
War.
I hope I don't go in
Our
the
thing
menus.
our thing was War for card games.
War
Like,
is
'cause you're a
good.
kid. Or like if you played with the family, it was Go
It's-
Fish.
It's
you know?
single user for now, but I hope it's not. Oh man, on the screenshots, all of the
Oh,
screenshots are in Japanese.
I did not know it was single only though.
Yeah, maybe that's for now though, because it's early. But I'm excited to try this one.
Yeah, I mean, I usually run and hide from free, but I've learned my lesson.
And
I
then-
have conformed.
And then this next one, I'm so excited for. It's kind of an App Lab graduate. I've yet to try it, but I'm hyped too because I've heard really good things. I think you actually gave me some kind words about it. Galaxy Kart from VR Monkey, arguably my favorite Brazilian studio in VR. I can't say that.
Yeah.
There's such good Brazilians because there's also the Pixel Rip devs. They're great too.
It's funny because
Came out of my mouth and I instantly regretted the statement, but they're just cool peeps. Yeah, one of the coolest.
One of my favorite Brazilian studios.
That's a fair statement.
That is 100% accurate and fair.
And they're badass. They just launched Sky Climb on the PSVR 2. It was already out on the Quest, and they're responsible for porting over so many games to the PSVR 2.
Yeah, that was enlightening.
They're badass. They're OGs too.
But it's a fun game.
Galaxy Kart's been out for a while. I've yet to hop into it. It's been out for a while in App Lab, but it's officially coming to the Quest store this week, just a couple days on August 8th. So I'm so excited to hear about that.
Yeah,
Or try it.
It's not gonna be my go-to. You know what I'm saying? But
You said it was kind of Mario Kart-ish?
Mario Kartish, yeah. Weapons. Choose a
Power
card.
up, like little crates
Choose
to bash, yeah.
Choose your avatar. Different power-ups and weapons and
Could be a fun Discord game depending on the amount of players it plays up to.
yeah, it was silly fun.
Yeah, it plays
I mean, I can see the so
the game
I
night potential for it.
I haven't played Living Humans, or Dead Ones at that, but I could see like a frustration level if you're playing living people or in real life people.
And they're good.
They're good. Because, yeah, dude, it's, you're chugging along and someone just shoots you off it's like you instantly know you're not coming in first now. And every time you go to pass them, they just fuck with you. I mean, I saw that potential going down with how
That sounds like you playing Archery Pro with me. Screw you in that game. That game is so fun too. I can't believe we never talked about that yet.
the archery one,
Yeah.
dude, that's a great game.
Archery Pro, it's free.
It's more of like a professional archery
It's an archery simulator. Arguably the
Yeah,
best
man.
archery mechanics I've ever done in VR. Because like
for
you can,
aiming and stuff.
because you move to the left, the right, it dictates it big.
It's not really auto aiming.
No, it's very like
There's a
brutal.
lot of archery games,
But
that
they have
are
like a single player
a little
mode where
generous.
it's just hitting targets. So the single player mode is the
Yeah,
targets.
but competitive though. You're
Well,
doing competitive.
The single player mode is like challenges where you got to try to get up to 3 stars, and it's like the targets start stationary, but then they start moving crazy
You
as
gave
you
me a
advance through.
You gave me a couple of good games.
But yeah, then the multiplayer is it's like you each take 2 shots at the target, and whoever has the higher score after those two shots is the winner of that round. Best 2 out of 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I would hit a 9. I'd be like, I got this. Hit another 9. I'd be like, whoo, winner. You bang out 2 10s.
Right.
It wasn't even fun, bro. No, it was still a lot of fun. That game is so good. It's free, too. I don't know how it's free.
Yeah, I want to try playing some other people.
Well, I'm not good enough.
No, I
You only beat me like 25 times. Your rating is so artificially inflated. We didn't even do it intentionally.
no, it's not my fault. And it's not like
I gave you some runs, too.
Yeah, there were some tight ones, dude. When there was one you started with a 9, or I hit a 9, then you hit a 9. I'm like, oh shit. And then I think you hit a 9, I hit a 9, and then it was like you hit an 8, and I hit a 10, or I was like, oh, it's over.
Yeah.
That's a wrap, folks.
So you're wicked good at that one. But
Galaxy Archery, though.
Yeah, I highly recommend that one. It's free. But Galaxy Kart coming out August 8th on the official MetaQuest store. Can't wait to hop in that one.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll go through these last ones pretty fast because, well, we're already at like an hour 20 in this. It's toasty. We ran the AC a bunch, but after an hour 20, it's starting to get hot. So real quick, the Meta AR and VR division, they've seen a little bit of revenue rebound due to the Quest 3, quote unquote, outpacing our expectations.
That's a good sign.
Which, I was saying, headsets don't sell as much at 500, but clearly they sell a bit.
Sell a ton.
A bit more than people anticipated.
Yep.
I wonder if people are going to be able to hear the thunder in the background.
I don't think it'll pick up the thunder.
We got a little thunderstorm going on right now. Ooh.
Spooky.
Now we're starting to get close on it.
Actually, I ain't going to bitch because Inferno was out of power for 24 hours in his neighborhood.
So now we'll try to get through it even a little bit faster. But that's wicked cool. Good to see that their revenue picked up a bit.
No, dude.
Due to Quest 3 sales specifically.
All those words point to positive things. So
yeah, so that's cool. And then
just more people having it.
Flat2VR Studios, one of the most fascinating endeavors going on in the VR industry right now.
Game changing.
Known for their
no pun intended.
Known for their modding community of modding VR games or modding flat screen games to VR. They recently, in collaboration with Impact Reality, launched an actual studio where they're looking to professionally, in collaboration with studios, not just as mods, bring flat screen games to VR. And they say that they're going to be announcing their first one at Gamescom. But they just got accepted into a speedrunner accelerator program by an investing company, A16z, which they said like 1% of the candidates get in. It's like 6,000 candidates or something, like 45 people get accepted. And it provides funding and mentorship over the course of X amount of months. So that's cool.
Dude,
that's huge for them. We saw the post going around with, Eric and Jasmine, who we're close with.
I can't wait to see the results of this as it starts. Like, obviously Gamescom, they're going to announce the first one, but it's a group of talented people.
That's huge.
That can get shit done and like can really legit offer a service that they're just going to save people a ton of time and money with the ability to do what they do. And I'm sure the vetting process that they're using to like, because again, dude, look at the stuff they've just modded on their own. You're not talking shoddy stuff here.
Well, and since now they're doing it with studios, I'm not expecting their first one's going to be like Red Dead Redemption or Elden Ring or Skyrim.
But they could.
I'm sure down the line, I'm sure their first one's going to be more of like a modest title.
Especially if it's a real, like, if a studio's like,
if there's any studio to do that stuff.
We have with, go nuts, have fun. We trust you. I mean, dude, if you can take a game that nobody else can do and then make it happen in VR, I trust you with it.
I'd love to know the time it takes them to port to do such a. Of course, it depends game to game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but because they don't have to do it from ground up, obviously.
Especially if they have the official collaborative support of the developer.
Yeah,
that's the big part. Like you said, just give them the key.
Here's the key to the kingdom.
Here's the master key.
When do I need to come back home?
But like I said at the start of this piece, one of the most fascinating endeavors in VR right now. So for them to now be getting additional funding and mentorship is huge. Only good things are going to come out of Flat2VR Studios, in my opinion.
Well, what I like from a consumer standpoint is they were doing great stuff before, but it was more like, to me, almost underground. With how, it's like everybody knew they did, but not everybody's playing the stuff they did or modded.
We even knew about it because it's not on store pages and stuff.
Yeah, because it can't be.
Now it's going to be officially
their only deal was you have to
stuff.
legit own the product in order to.
Yeah,
like technically,
that's how Team Beef went too, and it's like it was still like you own the game on PC and then you mod it.
Yep.
Now this is going to be just available on the Quest or whatever. Come on, man, that's a huge difference. So then, last piece of news. Maybe I got one more, but mobilegamer.biz, which is a obviously gaming reporting site, they put out a report illustrating some frustration from Apple Vision Pro developers talking about lack of funding and support. So like apparently, according to this article, allegedly being like approached about making apps for the headset, but not receiving funding, or once the app starts, development not really receiving support from there. So there's just a big report dictating frustration, which you got to always wonder the credibility of these things. Are these people that they never actually put out an app on Vision Pro and their apps got rejected from Apple, so now they're coming out and they're saying all this, or is this legit frustrations? I'd imagine. I imagine with like 1,000 headsets sold, it's probably a little legit. You know what I'm saying? But
I would assume bigger studios probably naturally get love. Just like,
correct.
If Apple wanted to make sure somebody was doing business with them, they would wine them, dine them, probably bring them in.
I'm sure Resolution Games has good positive things to say with their games room experience, like making that app.
Do the normal wine and dine routine on you and get you to feel good. Where others, indie,
it's like
are they're just.
Be lucky we let you even
them, kind of being that way, but I'm not. I can't confirm or deny.
No, that's why I say allegedly. It's a report, and even to me, that's not like the biggest Apple advocate of like you got to go buy this $3,500 headset.
Even
I'm skeptical of the report.
People I knew that were really hyped up before getting one have totally silenced their tune now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you that right now. It was like a week or two after it came out.
The big thing that seems like it holds up is that it is unbelievable for watching 3D movies.
Okay.
And that's the big winning one. So I'm skeptical of this report. Maybe it's true, maybe not.
I don't know.
We'll hear more, I'm sure.
Reports are always a little grain of salty.
Hey, remember Tilda Swinton did narrating in a previous VR documentary? I kind of forget which one. Maybe it was Goliath. I think it was Goliath. Apparently, she's going to be narrating a mixed reality documentary called Impulse, Playing with Reality.
Well, she does voice work, so I'm not shocked.
That's cool to see her going back into the VR space.
I don't think for voice artists it changes whether you're doing a commercial for a product that you're not seen in. Or
it's made by the same studio
Goliath?
behind Goliath. Yeah, that's definitely how that came to be.
Surprise.
It even says in the Upload VR article.
Her voice is stunning. I can't argue that.
Look at that. It says in the Upload VR article.
I remember
narrated the Goliath.
Remember I got all like...
You got pumped about it.
Well, no, I got liberal all with her being in Goliath. I didn't like it. I love her voice and respect her as an actress, but I'm like, I wish they had taken someone that you didn't know the voice of and used it as the narration, so your brain would be more focused on the
in fairness, though, she did a phenomenal job.
I didn't take away from that. I was just open and honest that I would have liked to have seen a non-celebrity, just for the.
And this one's not coming. Sorry.
And I was going to say this one also deals with. Gotta give her credit because she seems to gravitate in the VR space, at least the things that will bring attention to other people going through things. So, and we'll be doing that again.
It's not coming straight to the store or anything. It's just going to be available at the Venice Immersive Film Festival from August 28th to September 7th.
Well, that kind of sucks. If I can't watch it, man.
Maybe that's digital. It's a Venice Immersive 2024. Maybe that's a digital convention. Well, in fairness too, most times these films
I don't think
premiere
we'll be
there.
attending that.
Most times these VR films premiere there, then they come with most of them.
Yeah,
most of them.
I want to say one of the Targo, the 911 one.
Definitely. That's how most of them. So that's kind of
Targo
to the normal.
They got to do more stuff.
So I'm excited for that.
They're good at what they do.
Oh, you know what we didn't talk about? We didn't talk about the Asgard Wrath event.
No.
That's what it was. Let me pull that up real quick. See, just to keep this way overdone.
Past your bedtime, folks.
It's past your bedtime. It's time to go back to work. You told your bosses you would be 1 hour. It's been an hour and a half. We're keeping you going. Just as the last one, Asgard's Wrath 2, they've been doing like a series of limited time events. This is the newest one, Blazing Battleground. It says it brings a whole new series of objectives to complete as well too. So it's a game a lot of people got for free with their Quest 3. And it's cool that it's not,
not dead.
60-hour RPG just as is. And now it's continuously got new content as well too. That's cool. So this was a long one. we went a little overboard, like you joked, past our bedtime.
Sorry.
So we'll wrap this baby up, but we got a great interview dropping Wednesday with the developers of Tier 1, Direct Action, talk about their Kickstarter campaign. But I'll be honest with you, we don't really spend a whole bunch of time promoting the Kickstarter. We kind of more dive into them and what the game is, but
yeah,
that's kind of the more important side of things anyway.
It was not a hose down for your money.
No. But, you know, if you like what you hear, shit, go support them. Help the game become a reality.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
you'll hear that on Wednesday.
I went into it with the intention of they have to sell me on their product. Because this isn't an example of I've tried it or I have access to a bunch of material.
Which, full transparency, you are very big on, like, you like to have tried a game before an interview.
Yeah, I get a little weird when
You don't.
somebody wants to talk to us and I'm like, their game's out. And I'm like, or it's in early access. And I'm like, I really would feel more comfortable playing it.
There's been even times you've said it when it's not even out yet.
Yeah,
I won't name names.
I know.
Saying.
No, it's just because I don't want to ever
Falsely sell anybody.
misrepresent, just because
We
of our own,
hype up a game on an
internal
interview
excitement.
that we haven't
Yeah.
played, and then it ends up being
It's
dog
like-
shit.
If you come up to me and be like, "Is Grim really good?" and be like, "Yeah,
Yes, buy it.
fucking, I play it." It's just, but these are just opinions of things I like. Just like it might not be your jam, but I don't care. I like it. So.
Right. So we've had a little bit too much fun today, but great interview on Wednesday too. Stay tuned for that. If you've been enjoying the podcast, subscribe, rate us 5 stars. Maybe you'll feel good and go check out the Patreon, go check out the Discord, all that fun stuff.
Thank you again to the fine people bringing us to Germany.
Oh yes. See you at Gamescom, bringing you all the greatest VR
Couple
coverage
weeks.
from there. Connect, all that fun stuff, and we'll see you on Wednesday. Ciao, ciao.